ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਦੇਖੀਏ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰਮਸ ਦੀ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝ ਹੈ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਚੋਂ. Do we really understand what these terms mean? Because this is the story in the non-physical world. The soul has got all relationship with his mool, from where the soul or atma is born. How we can relate these is the whole theme of the Shabad. Kabir ji has challenged the Pandits. He says, Tu Brahman mein kasik julaha. You think yourself an intellect, but you consider me just a weaver. Bujo mor gyanna. So this is how Kabir ji is relating the inner and outer self with each other. Let's start with this Rove Ram Nikala Paya, Sita Lakhun Bichhad Gaya. These are all non-physical entities. But unluckily, people haven't researched enough. Ram is nothing but the mold from which Lakshman and Sita are born. This theory is in Rig Veda. The Rig Veda which Gurmat has considered as a Rig Veda, not the one which you can buy off the shops. I don't know what is that, but this is what the Bhagats has considered and given us an essence that in Rig Veda we have Ram, then you have another male Lakshman who is outer consciousness, and Sita which is along with Lakshman is also part of outer consciousness, and Ram is the inner consciousness. If you look at the story, you know that Ram had 4 brothers, but Ram was the eldest of them. So we'll use this when we say Bade Pai ke Sang Hoti. The same Brahm Gyan has been also told through Yajurved, in which these 3 characters are Hari instead of Ram. We know they consider Ram as the avatar of Hari. Then instead of Lakshman, we have Khan. Khan is a word, smaller word for Kanhaiya. Also, Khan is equal to a jungle with flowers. He says someone has done a research. In Sanskrit, Kanhaiya means lovely adolescent. Gopi, you can say there, Gopi is a part of a consort. It's ultimately, as per Gurmat, it is same as Sita. Lakshman is same as Khan. Hari is same as Ram. But with Ram, the Lakshman is the brother. With the Hari Ape Khan Upayanda, with Hari, with Khan, the Hari actually is Vasudev, which is the father. So this one, Yajurved deals the same Brahm with father and son. Rigved deals the same Brahm with brother, 2 brothers and 1 wife, or normally even called as a sister as well. Okay, these are the 4 states of Brahm in Gurbani. If you want to understand it in deep, this is the best way. One is a Brahma, which is an unaware consciousness. Then Brahm is a part of it, which is Ram. So Brahma is Lakshman or Khan, and it's totally unaware that it has got Mool. Then Brahm is a semi-aware because of the Ram. They're together a entity. Although Brahm is aware, but along with Brahma becomes semi-aware. Puran Brahm, when the Brahma merges into Brahm, which Kabir will say Ram Bada ke Ram Meh Janya, that is a fully aware Brahm, and the Par Brahm is a creator. So there are adjectives added along the word Brahm. On the left makes him higher, on the right makes him lower with a kanna. That's a rule in Gurbani. Okay, let's start with what is the paternal and maternal home for the spirit. We all know what is the maternal and paternal home for a normal couple in India. Or in our, because we have all weddings, we know this is from maternal side, this is a paternal side. But in Gurbani, he say, we have been reminded by 5th Guru that 5th Mahalla, Peyade so sevtu, sahurde sukhvas. So Peyade is maternal. This world in which we are is known as paternal. Peyade so sevtu, sahurde sukhvas. In maternal home or Bhavsagar, do thou learn to serve the bridegroom Mool through Gurbani. It's written Gurmil. So Gurmil is very important. You can't serve your bridegroom. A bride can't serve a bridegroom until this Gur is there, until the Gurbani Gyan, whether it is in a written form or someone has it in a verbal form, Chaj Achar Sikh. This is what a Sikh has to do. He has to learn the method which will basically take him to Sachkhand. Tud kade na lagga dukh. That is Sukh Sagar where there is no dukh. So we have to describe these, that maternal home is Bhav Sagar, and the Buddhi has to learn from Gurbani, which is nothing but they were. We have to break it into two. Var means Gyan, they means the giver of the Gyan. So Gurbani is nothing but as a Devar. Also, we know that Devar is also the younger brother of your husband. The Gurbani's Gyan is not equivalent to your Satgur. It is also Satgur Prasad. It is at a lesser value than a Chetan Satgur. That's what it is being told here. But this is the way to take us back to Sachkhand. That's the first way we go back to our neutral state. So to make us neutral, we need this Devar, and then the Sachkhand will give us a Naam, or Sukh Sagar will provide us with a Naam Padarat. Then we merge into the Shabad Surtaka male. That is what we normally discuss. Shabad Guru Surtatun Chela. This is a state of the Buddhi or consciousness or the man in this world. Peyade tan anden sutti. Kant visar avgun mutti. Pirbin need na pavaniya. So this is the state of every Jeev who is born and then ultimately go into an organized religion, because no one tells us what is our maternal home, what is a paternal home, who is my brother, who is my sister in the spiritual world. We just know too much of non-spiritual world, but or physical world. But here everything is in a non-physical world. Peideta Nandin Sutti in Sukh Sagar, in Bhav Sagar. The bride, the outer self, is in sleep because she has forgotten the husband. That's the sleep. It's not that she's sleeping. She's unaware, owing to evil deeds, and she's much more involved with the Maya, which even put her into a further sleep. Day and night she ever wanders in disappointment. That's the whole theme which we have gone through so far. Everyone goes through that. And then the second pankti, which was paid Sukhdatta Jata. If someone has done this, that who is my Sukhdatta? I have to remember that, and Gurbani will tell me, Homme Mar Gur Shabdi Pachata. The Gur Shabd has helped me to kill my ego or the Homme. Then what happens? Sage Suhavi Sada Pir Rave. This is how, then you go with, this all happens within your heart. Homme Mar Gur Shabdi Pachata. I have found my husband through the Gyan or the Devar. Homme Mari. Sage Suhavi. Now I'm in the Hirda. Now we are together. Sadapir Rave. Sach Shingar Banavaniya. This is what need to be done through Gurmat. And this is what I have normally translated it in Bhavsagar. The lower self can subdue her ego through the understanding of Gurbani, which is Devar. Then she comes to realize the Lord in herself. The giver of peace, she ever enjoys her beloved and makes the ornamentation of truthfulness. So this is the what ornaments we need to wear. Now let's start with the main Shabad. Let's start with the Rahau first. Kabir ji has related straight away that why I am in trouble. What is the problem of every Jeev? Meri mat bauri. We all are born with some mat which is known as manmat. From there we normally advance towards durmat, because whatever places we go to learn religion, they are all under the influence of this sort of theology. They tell us this, and then the wisdom is not coming from the Ved or Sachkhand. The wisdom has been reorganized by some clever people, and which Kabir ji says, Ved ki putri simrti pai. That out of Ved they have created a simrti, which is a feminine word. Sankal Jevri Leh Ai. That's why the whole world is not progressing towards the real religion. They're all doing Karamkand, which is all a part of Durmat. Durmat is a particular theology or thought process, which increases the gap between the inner and the outer consciousness. Gurmat is the other way, it brings the outer consciousness back into the heart. This is Kabirji asking, Kinvid Rehan Rahure. Half of us don't even know what Ramchand actually means in Gurmat. Shri Ramchand jis roop na rekhya. This is told to us by fifth Pacha, that the Ramchand for us is the one which is non-physical. Because Rupna Rekhya is Brahm. Rupna Rekhana Rang Kishtrah Gunate Prabhapin. So our Ram, Shri Ramchand, it is mentioned, because one and the only one. Same way we have Shri Pagoti. This is also refers to one, the Chetan. So the Ramchand is Shri Ramchand and is without any physical attributes. Then is also indications how to live in this world if you want to advance spiritually. Alipit raho jaise jal mein kolla. Guru Nanak has also given these sort of examples when he says Murgai Nesane, Surta Shabad Pav Sagar Sariye, Jaise Jal Mein Kamal Niralam, which is this, Jaise Jal Mein Kolla. Murgai has given example of a duck, Nesane, doesn't get wet. This is the way the Bhagats want to live, because the Maya will put its effect. Maya is not Chetan. All these Tikakars don't even understand what is the role of Maya. They have made her Chetan. Maya is Jad, but the mind attracts towards it. Mind is spoiled. The Maya follows the three laws of Newton. The mind doesn't. Mind is non-physical. It doesn't follow those three laws. It just ever in some sort of motion. But anything which is physical follows those laws, and that is not sentient. So we, as sentient being, shouldn't come in effect of Maya. Seja Ramat Nain Nahi Pekhu. Now, all these words are to be done at the non-physical level. Seja is not a bed outside, it's within us. My Hirda. Nain is not the outer eye, it's the inner eye. Pekho is also not dekhana, it is just to feel, just to understand. E dukhka so kahure. This is what Kabirji's problem is, that I want to be one with my inner self, but so far no one has given me that eye or that thought process. Even Bulle Shah says, na Rabb ta tittu vakh nahi, par tenu dekhan wali, tere kol dekhan wali akh nahi, something like that he says. So similar, that I don't have that Nan, which is wisdom. No one has provided me that wisdom, that how can I basically find you within me. This is also what Gurbani says. Devar's wisdom is this. Tan pirka ek sangi vasa, which home peet karari. The bride and the groom dwell together, which is non-physical. But in between them is a hard wall of ego. That's what we need to break through. The Deva's wisdom will break that gap between them, and then they could see each other. There's another hymn by Bhagat Lochanji, Bhagat Kabirji, which we haven't read. The word is not doe, the word is dui dui lochan pekha. That with the second wisdom, which I got from Maghar, not from Kashi, now when I see pekha, ऊपर नैन नहीं पेखो, here he has got that wisdom now. हाँ हर बिन और ना देखा. He says, now I realize her within me, now I see the her within everyone. So it's not doe doe, it's dui dui. Doe doe is two, dui dui is second. So with the second wisdom, what I obtained from the Veds, I have come to know the fact. In the top line, we have already said, he says, Seja Ramat Nan Nahi Pekho, but here he has got the Nan. Now the first line, this is saas ki dhukhee. Gurmat has played a big role, he says, in not getting my inner and outer consciousness together, because it just tells you all the karam kans and whatever maryada we have is all saas ki dhukhee. No one could ever find his inner self following the Sikh Rahat Maryada, because the word is wrong in itself. The word should be Gursik. The Sikh, everyone is Sikh. And mostly the word Sikh is used for the followers of Sri Chand. That's why they say Gur Satgur ka jo Sikh ukhai. So we are Nanak Tood Mange tis Gur Sikh ki. So saas ki dhukhee is because the first wisdom which I got from Kashi didn't let me. He has got a full history of what happened with him. Kabir ji has got one full shabad, which he says, Nit ut kori gagar. And half the time people didn't understand the word kori. Kori means Julaha Kabir himself. Kori is also in Punjabi means untouched. So he says every day, me as a Kori used to do this action. Lipat Jio Gayo. He's told whatever was asked him, but he obtained nothing. And in the end, he said, Pukhe bhakti na kije, ye mala apni lije. He has given it back to those pandits. So then he goes to Maghar. Now he got sasur ki piaaree. He says, now this is the lovely thought process which my wisdom now love it. Because it has come from the Veds, it's a shruti, whereas simriti is a translation like our tikas. You have read what they have written, that will always keep us in trouble. Whereas if we read from within, Gurbani will make us sasur ki piaaree. Jeth ke naam darure. Jeth is your husband's elder brother. But here, everything is related to our Brahm. So you can get, I can put these two panktis here. Hari Jeth Judanda Lodiya. My Hari is my Jeth. My Hari is my father. My Hari is my brother. My Hari is my sister. Everything is with Hari. Jis Agge Sab Nivan. The being ought to unite with the inner self, that is Hari Jeth, before whom all Bhagats have bowed. And if we want to achieve the same thing, we need to do the same. Then there's another Bara Mahatukhari Rag, Nanak Jeth Jane Tis Jaisi. So what is this? This is the Buddhi who has learnt about the Jeth from Devar. Devar is a written Gyan somewhere or someone knew it. Then he says, Karmi Mile Gun Gehli. Now there is a full-fledged, you can say, Kirpa on me. And now I have obtained all the gun geheli, I have obtained all the virtues with which I could see my inner self or my mool. This is a rule in Gurbani that all words, if you want to make them in a superior superlative form, we add another S. Like a sur is someone in a tune, sasur is the one who's in extreme tune, it's a group. So sasur word has come from some who is in ultimate tune with the Shabad Guru. That is Sasur. So Shabad Guru in itself is Sasur because that's the highest sur. That's the highest possible wisdom in this world. Gun to Sagun. Same way Gudo, Sagudo, Man to Samman. The word if you read this, they haven't translated. Summan and Mussan, they say it. The Summan is Saman is the superior man. And Mussan is the inner, Suman is the inner self, Mussan is the outer self. Jog, Sanjog, Vidya, Subidya. So it's a rule that whenever we add, and what Bhagat Namdev ji tells us, that what happens when you are born and get this right wisdom, the Gurmat, Narte sur hoye jaat nimak mein, because Namdev had met Kabir and Kabir ji has given him this wisdom. He tells us, Narte sur hoye jaat nimak mein. It just takes a minute of a second. If you get that wisdom and you accept it. Satgur Bud Sikhlai. See, here Satgur is Devar, which is, it's a written form because Kabir has, or maybe he spoke with Namdev. So he hasn't go to Maghar or anything. He straight away goes to Kabirji and get this. And then he tells us, Narte upaj surak ko jito. He says, I've got the mukti. So afkad mein pai. That afkad is nothing but the magnificence of Naam. And this is coming from Devar, which is nothing but the provider of Var, means the Gyan, which is nothing but Gurbani. Now let's go to the next line. Sakhi Saheli. Sahelis are all the group of followers who were following that in Kashi. I'm referring Kashi because Kabir ji was in Kashi first. So Banaras, Kashi, Varanasi, whatever you say, He says all the followers in that area, Sakhi Saheli, Nanad Gaheli, Nanad is nothing but the daughter of your saas, because they were all educated in all this, Mala Pharaoh and Namrato, all these, whatever we do these days, that was prevalent there. We should have left it, but because all our Tikakari, everything, thought processor come from Kashi, all the Nirmalas were from there. So Sikhs are following the same, which is actually Kabir is against that. So Nanad Gaheli is nothing but all those people caught in the Durmat. Gaheli is to catch up. Nanads are all those followers following this saas ki dhukhee mat, or the thought process. Devar ka. Now Devar is Gurbani. Although we said husband's younger brother, but we just go in a non-physical world. Yeah, husband's younger brother is Satguru Prasad. Bir hai jarur hai. Kabir ji says, because I didn't get this proper thought process in Kashi, I was in a constant state of separation from my beloved, from my inner self. The outer self was not able to communicate with the inner self because the process told was wrong. The process told was physical, whereas you have to meet your inner self through a non-physical process. Garb Gaheli Mahal na Pave. This is told by fifth Pacha that all these Gahelis are normally in the Garb and they will never reach the Hirda. They just stay outside in the Trikuti, and throughout the life they are in trouble. We need to understand what is Gurmat telling us. Next one is again by fifth Pacha, Sab Parvare Mahi Sresht. He's telling about Sasur ki Piaaree. That thought process which has come from Sachkhand is the superior, is the noblest in the whole mat system. We don't say there are more religions. We normally say there is only one religion and there are different faiths. So between all the faiths, Gurmat is Sresht, supreme. Where it has come from? Matti Devi. It has come from a Vivek Buddhi who is in direct contact with Sachkhand. She gets the Shruti or direct revelation into her. Then she writes it, or she's able to tell people what the truth is. They were. We don't read it as one word. They were just is supreme again. So if we want to translate this into English, Gurmat is the noblest in the family of faiths. She is the supreme counselor. So we are lucky that we have it. But our problem is that we don't know how to read or comprehend it from within Gurbani. So when you read from Gurbani, will be the meanings. When you start reading to Gurbani, then I think all the Tikas have done it. Now there's another concept of Baap Sabka. And I don't know how they don't understand. The Sabka word is used a lot in Punjab, especially in our villages. If someone was a head, a sarpanch 20 years ago, we still call him Sabka. And people as a joke will call him Sabta, means full. So Sabka is a very common word in our language, which means formers or preceding or ex. Kare ladai, Maya Sadmatwari. Now he's telling that this is the ultimate truth. We are not realizing this because we are too much blind or too much sleepy. If you even get semi-awake, you will find that your Baap, which is your inner self, which was with you when you were in the womb, when you were making your body, Dwapar, in that yug, Tretiya mein kuch paya diteda, Dutiya ardo ard samaya. When you were making the Brahm go half and half, at that stage, your inner self was with you. That's why it is said that it is still with you, but because we are asleep, that inner self has been related from two different Veds. Tu mera pita, tu hai mera mata is coming from Yajurved. Tu mera bandab, tu mera prata is coming from Rigved. So the whole Vedic philosophy is covered in this pankti. Otherwise, in a physical world, whosoever is your mother, you don't have one mother, father. You have one mother, another father. But here, mother, father is all one. And same entity could be termed as bandap, brother, or kinsman. So thou art my father, thou art my mother. Hence we can realize that who is Bap Sabka? It's my inner self. There's another pankti to support it. Pritam Pai Baap Mero Mai Bhagtan Ka Ola. My mool, the shelter of the saints, is my friend, brother, father, and mother. So it's covering two generations. It's not possible in a physical world. It's all because these things are all metaphysical, and that's how we need to understand them. Okay, now he comes out with another concept in the Band. He says, Bade pai ke jab sang hoti, tab ho na pyari. So na is a hukam, or you can say the Shabad Guru, the Parbrahm. When the wisdom is with the inner self, which is the Bada Pai, because when you read this through Rig Ved, Ram is the Bada Pai. Who is with it? The Sita is with it. So the outer consciousness is with the Ram. Sanghoti means together. That is a state of Puran Brahm. Brahma plus Brahma. Tabho. That's the best state, he says. Then the Hukam likes us. Then he will give us the blessing of Nam Padarth. When I was coming out of mother's womb, I just lagat pavan, khasam bisraya. From that day, the Vadda Pai was basically gone out of the thought process. The mind thought he's the boss and he will run the show. That's why we are all in the trouble of saas ki dhukhee. And who is the Vadda? There are different names for that Vadda Pai. Sabte Vadda Satgur. This is what we have to say. We don't say Sabte Vadda Satgur Nanak. We say Sabte Vadda Satgur because there's an anchor there. Stop, pause. Nanak says, Jinkal Rakhi, Mary Nanak says, I am with the Vadda Pai now. That's why I'm in protection. Samrat Atha Vadda Prab Mera. Instead of saying Satgur, it says Mera Prab, which is the same as my inner consciousness. Kat Antar is within all of us. Everyone has an inner and outer consciousness. It's also known as Sahib Nera. So these are different synonyms for the inner consciousness. Nanak Kaman Nah Piaaree, Ram Nam Galharu. The Shabad Guru loves that state when you have a state of Puran Brahm, which is nothing but Ram Nam, is just a garland, not a garland of anything but a garland of Mool Mantar. From Oankar to Swayabhang, when you have that garland around your inner body, then you are in contact with the Shabad Guru. Now, Kahat Kabir Panch ko Chagda Chagda Janam Gavaya. Kabir ji has very nicely indicated in all his Bani that Panch means noble, respectable, or supreme. But I'm surprised none of the Tikakars picked it. They always go for 5. It's not 5, it's the supreme. Who is supreme? Mind is supreme. The outer consciousness is thinking it is supreme. Ko means in everyone. Gave ko taan. हरेक कोई गा रहा है in more than one. So कहत कबीर पंच को चगड़ा. Panch is nothing but my my outer self, my man. The man has created all this problem with the inner self, and Kabir ji has put a full shabad in this regard. Gaudi Rag, Chagrat Janam Gavaya, the Janam is with an anchor. This Janam means to obtain a Janam Padarth. Firstly, you have to obtain a Gyan Padarth, then you get a Mukt Padarth, then you get the Nam Padarth, and then you get the Janam Padarth. He says this mind is the only hindrance. He is the only quarrelsome entity which is like Roda Hoiro Bhatka. He is the biggest hurdle in getting the Nam Padarth. So he has written a full Shabad, Chagda ek nibedo Ram, jo tum apne Jansho Kam. He says, please tell me, this hymn is to be understood very easily because the first entity is smaller, the second entity is bigger. It's written in that theme. E man vadda, is my mind bigger? Jasyo man manya, that man manya is nothing but Devar. Gurbani. Gurbani's understanding can subdue him. Ram vadda, Ram is the Brahma. Ke Ram mein janneya. When the mind knows about its mool, it becomes Puran Brahm. So Puran Brahm is bigger than this. Bigger, smaller property is only in Pavsagar. In Sukh Sagar, everyone is at the same level. There is no guru there as such. They are all Bhagats, and their combined thought process whatever decision is known as Guru. Brahma badda ke jas upaya. Brahma has born out of Brahm. That's why Brahma is smaller. It has come out of, which is said in Gaudi Sukhmani, Nirgunyariyaniya Soprab Sada Samal. Jinkiya, this chitrak. It means it's a product coming out of the mool. Ved badda. Ved is what is Gurbani is. Ke jahante aya. It means we haven't followed this. The Sikhs do ardas to Gurbani, whereas if we say that the puja is to be done of the Akal, Gurbani is a Shabad ka parcha, parcha Shabad ka, which is nothing but Devar. But the highest entity to whom we have to pray is from where the Ved is coming, the Shabad Guru. So ardas has to be to the Parmeshwar. Keh Kabir ho paya udas. Kabir says, not udas, uchiyas, that I am now with a uchiyas because you have given me this. Tirath Vadda ki Harka Das. He says the Harka Das is bigger. Tirath is just a physical place. Tirath cannot be bigger. But we still these days give more importance to when we go in the bars, I mean, take a bath under that Dukh Panjani berry or whatever. That is not giving us any mukti. Become a Harika Das, Harika Sant. That will give us. So if we look at these Tikakari, which has been happening so far, my conclusion is that Guru Nanak says, or fifth Pasha says, Ved Kateb Sansar Habba Hu Bahra. He's talking about Shabad Guru. Nanaka Padsha Disse Jahra. If Nanak is saying someone as a Guru, then Nanak is not Guru himself. Nanak is Satgur. So this is the main, this is the way this whole system is to be understood. The first one, the topmost is the Vedic Guru, which we call Shabad Guru. Then from Shabad Guru, the second stage is of the Vedic Satguru, who's a part of Shabad Guru because he's a drop. Vedic Guru is an ocean. Then there is a Vedantic Guru, a Vedantic thought process, which is very much prevalent with Atma, Paramatma, Nanak is Guru, Granth is Guru. That is not the theme of Gurbani. Gurbani says, Ved Kadev, Sansar Habba Hute Bahra. You cannot say that the Guru can come into the Junni, Nanak ka Pasha, but his hukam is prevalent everywhere. So we haven't even given any thought process there. Now Kabir says in the end, Chuti Maya Sabjak Bandya. The whole problem is that this world is under the influence of Maya. Because the outer consciousness is sleeping, she doesn't know there is an inner consciousness who is actually the boss, who is running the whole involuntary system. I was talking to Ravinder Viji the other day. He says, looks like more than 99% of the system is almost run by our involuntary muscles. We have only 1% control. That's what our wisdom, or that's what you can say our freedom is. Everything else is done through the hukam. The 1% is what we need to do here. Chuti Maya subject bandhya. We can leave this if we know that this is the Devar, and we just go and become Ram Ramat Sukhpaya. We get into the inner consciousness. Ram Badda ke Ram mein janiya. But these problems are coming for us. Suni na jai sach amrit katha. We have been reading all the granths, the histories, and what all not. Some granths we don't know who is even the author of it. Rar ka to chuthi lag tha. But when we tell that saas is this, sasur is this from Gurbani, people don't agree to that. That's the main reason. I was already told to us we need to specially take care of such panktis. Nanak Ram Ramat fir jonni na aiye. So this is a guarantee given to us by fifth Pasha because he has done himself. Before him Kabir ji has done. Kabir ji is the first person. He is the last person in that list. Of then only Nama Pasha has written the Bani. But we have not given any sort of importance. We still bring some word Vaheguru from somewhere, make it as a naam, and basically spoil all of our Gurmat process because we haven't read from Gurbani. Where it is written that Vaheguru Ramat fir jon na aiye, this is a guarantee. Nanak Ram Ramat, that you will get the Ram Naam Padarth and the Janam Padarth through Ram Ramat. Ram Ramat is Ram Badda ke Ram mein jane. Ram Ramat is Puran Brahm. A Puran Brahm, when goes to a next stage to get the char padarth, he will never come back again. Now, Chutti Maya subject bandya, मैं राम रमत सुख पाया. So this is where this Shabad actually finishes. हरविंदर, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
हाँ जी, thank you Veer ji. हाँ जी, Rana Veer ji. So you heard Veer ji. Any observation or any feedback on this Shabad?
I will come back in a minute. Let's see, listen to others, and then I will make my comments after that, please.
Okay जी. हाँ जी, Gurdeep uncle Montreal.
हाँ जी, सत श्री अकाल जी.
हाँ जी, सत श्री अकाल.
Okay, I have one little question to Gurjit Veer ji. Can he make it clear? Saas buri kar vasna deva pirsyo milan na dei. It's why Guru Nanak Dev ji, Asamala Pella. How will he explain this? It's very much similar, exactly. But here it says saas buri kar vasna deva pirsyo milan na dei. So what he will understand or he can explain about this? It's a simple, looks simple here.
हाँ जी, similar है जी, अंकल जी. सास is Durmat. Any thought process which has not come from the Ved is a saas. If I read those granths, that won't let the inner outer consciousness merge into inner. Say, read it again. I can just.
Saas buri.
Saas buri. Yep.
Pirsyo milan na dei. But you know, milni dendi meri maa jehdi saas maa. She's so cruel that she won't let me see my husband.
Not a physical sas. Sas is a wisdom coming out of a granth which is a Vedic. It won't let you meet with your inner self because it's a sas is an instruction. Sasur is also an instruction. Gurbani is sasur, whereas sas is simrat and shastra. They won't let you get a state of. That's why it's written. Simra Sastra Punapa Bichar de Tatte Sar na jani. That Tatte Sar is with the Sasur, not with the Sas. And she doesn't let my outer self leave the Maya and get into my pir. That is the whole meaning of that Shabad.
I understand. That's fine.
Thank you. Anji, Pawan Kaur Panji.
Anji, Khalsa Fateh. I think I don't have much to say. I just understood the meaning of the Shabad, but I'm still unclear, not clear about the terms, the terminology, of relations they have used in the Shabad. But the basic thing, I do understand that as long as I'm involved with Maya, it's the state of my mind. As long as I'm involved with Maya, I won't be able to realize Ram or Vaheguru or, my inner self, my inner conscious. That's all. There are certain things that not very clear to me, especially the terminology, but we are out of time, I think. So, okay, I'll let, other people speak.
Thank you, Ji. Anji, Rana Veer ji.
Anji, Gurjit Veer ji, thank you very much for very detailed description of many concepts in Gurbani. It was too much for us to digest, at least for me to digest. If the presentation could be focused right on Shabad and just little explanation and then the question period, then it would have been very good. One question though I have for you, Veerji. When you talk about the inner consciousness and outer consciousness, can you explain what do you mean by inner consciousness and outer consciousness? From where do we get these outer consciousness and inner consciousness?
There is a over I don't know how many Shabbos you want me to tell you that it has been mentioned, like Ram Kabira ek bhai hai koi na sake pachani. So Ram is the inner consciousness, Kabira is an outer consciousness. They both have become one. The Kabira has merged into Ram.
No, my question is, what is consciousness? Ram, putting name is one thing. Ram is inner consciousness, it doesn't tell me anything. And Kabir is outer consciousness, it doesn't tell me anything. I call outer consciousness Kabir, inner consciousness and Ram. It doesn't tell me. So what is inner consciousness? By whether you call it inner consciousness or you call it Ram. So the questions means the same. Whether I call it Ram, what is Ram then? Inner
The
consciousness.
Ram is the one who is breathing in you now, who is running your involuntary system is Ram. That's your
Okay.
consciousness.
Anji.
And whatever you could do, especially, we know our mind is not in our control. The mind need to be controlled through, because mind goes out through the 7 holes in your skull. And how to control it, how to bring it back. It goes out is okay. It can bring something good too. But most of the time when it goes, it doesn't bring anything, always bring conflicts. That's the purpose of buddhi, to restrict him. And buddhi is also, when we have written originally, they are part of same consciousness. It is not gaye. If you read this one, I don't know whether the screen is there. Sita Lakshman bichhud gaya. So they are not in contact with the inner. They are more in contact with Maya. That's what the buddhi's purpose is, to bring it back into the inner self so that they can be together. Whenever we do any vichar, whatever we have learned in the life, they were together at that time. Otherwise, you don't learn anything. So whenever they are together, whether you're learning good or bad, who cares? Learning is always done when they two are together at the same level. Otherwise, when the mind is not present, we say, I don't know what did you said, because the mind was absent from that part of discussion. So outer consciousness is Man. It has been given other names, Krishna and Gadha and Kuthar and all. All these are basically because it is attached to the body. The mind is not sentient. The mind is sentient, but the brain is not sentient. The brain is attached to mind, and then the further brain is having 5 senses. So mind is that way attached to 5 senses, but the process is done in the 6th house. Chekar, Chegur, Cheupadesh. The 5 bring the information. Everything is ultimately, you can say, processed in the 6th house, which is where the Trikuti is. Whether you want to bring that in or want to leave it out is a decision of buddhi. So this is how I have understood this process.
To see Ram is our inner consciousness. Ram, what is inside. Oh, ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀਓ word jio Gurbani ਚ jio ਬੜੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ. So jio is a word for Ram.
No,
And
Jio is a split Ram.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
Split Ram ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ, Ram has inner and out, that is Jio.
Jio is outer or inner?
They're together.
They're
When
together.
they
Is
are in a split form, when they are in a dal form, then they are Jio. Otherwise, when they're together, that's known as Puran Brahm. Then they are one.
Jio Pran. What is Pran then?
Pran is the basically your. It's also referred to as your consciousness. Pran. As they say, "Tu mere pran adara." Harjio. The Harji is the one who is not utilizing the oxygen, but helping the lungs to pump in and out. Hari doesn't need oxygen. The outer body does, because the outer body has this outer consciousness with it. The inner consciousness is the inner body, what we call Dehi. The outer consciousness is what is referred as Videhi, which is physical, which is visible, and it's operating through your mind. And the actions of mind are visible when you do anything. The inner consciousness is basically always awake, always. Satgur Jagata hai Deo. Once he sleeps, then your body goes. So he is the one who is 24-hour running the system. The outer consciousness is only active when you are awake. When you sleep, the outer consciousness goes back into the inner. But at that time, it doesn't go in awakening stage, it goes there in the sleeping stage. You can bring the outer consciousness while you are awake. Then that is the effect. That is what you call Puran Brahm.
I think time ho gaya bhai sahab Veer ji. Almost time is up. Hanji?
Hanji, any other question, Ranaveer ji?
No, I think can you share the presentation, Veer ji, and so at least
Yes.
we
And
can spend.
yeah, and ji, for today's, like, what is the take-home message for us?
We have to stay away from saas ki dhukhee. There is a lot of text in Gurbani, in Sikhism, which is saas ki dhukhee, which will never let you go to all.
Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ